up, guys? It's Brittany. So I was scrolling on my Facebook feed the other day and I came across this tweet from J.K. Rowling. She says that it is now the dawn of the Hufflepuffs. On September 1st, we came to find out that James Sirius Potter, Harry Potter's first son, had made his way to Hogwarts and was sorted into Gryffindor House. We also found out that Teddy Lupin, the son of Nymphadora Tonks and Remus Lupin, was head boy of Hufflepuff. This caused, of course, an uproar in the Harry Potter community. There were all the Hufflepuffs who were rejoicing in the greatness of having Teddy Lupin in their house. And then all the other houses decided to ruin it for them. And that included me. I am a Ravenclaw, and I was part of that shutting down the Hufflepuffs. I will admit it. As a Ravenclaw, I don't honestly believe that we know everything. In fact, it is characteristic of us Ravenclaws to enjoy and embrace learning and education. We like learning new things. I really like debating for that reason. I like a good debate that has facts coming from both sides, because if I know something about a topic, I'm pretty sure that I only know one side of the story and I want to learn more about the other side. This is why I like to spark up a debate. And sometimes, you know, I'm human, I'm not perfect, I have a bad choice of words and I hurt some Hufflepuff feelings, and I'm really sorry because those Hufflepuffs are my friends. I think a lot of the people who are Hufflepuffs or have gone through Pottermore and have learned that they're Hufflepuffs are that way because of Pottermore, or learning more outside of the books and the movies what Hufflepuff is all about, which I think is important. I think that the people who do say that they are Hufflepuffs know something about the Hufflepuff house that I don't know, and I want to learn more about that. When I first decided to make this video, I went online and I did as much research about the Hufflepuff house and who's in the Hufflepuff house and all these things that I could think of so that I could really prepare for this video. What most people know about them is they are super nice. They are the kindest people. They are known as the most pleasant house at Hogwarts. They have really nice people in there. I honestly believe that Hufflepuffs get such a bad rep because they aren't represented well in the books and especially in the movies. Hufflepuffs are known as being the extras or the leftovers and just letting everybody into their house because they can't really go anywhere else. People believe this because in the books and especially in the movies, they are just extras. They're just kind of fillers. There are some notable characters and we will get to those, so hold your pants. As for who's at Hogwarts with Harry, there aren't any real story-driving characters. They're mostly just conversational pieces and kind of showing both sides of the story, but you could really do that with anyone. And believe it or not, J.K. Rowling makes it really easy for you to not really like the Hufflepuff characters. Zachary Smith basically encompassed everything that Hufflepuff isn't. He's extremely selfish, extremely pompous, and he's one of the few. At the Battle of Hogwarts, he was pushing through first years to escape so he wouldn't have to battle. Whenever he was joining Dumbledore's army, he was the only one who was super skeptical about the whole thing and didn't believe that Voldemort was back and kept trying to revolt against Harry, which made no sense. Like, why are you in Dumbledore's army if you don't want to be here? He is a coward and he is selfish and rude and skeptical and not all around that great. And then you have Justin and Ernie, who were so on and off with Harry. They would one day be Harry's best friend and then the next day be super against him and then be his best friend again and then be super against him. It's really hard for anyone to really relate or connect on a level like you can with some of the other characters to any of the Hufflepuff characters that makes you say, wow, I want to be a Hufflepuff. In the books, they come off as super naive. Hannah believes everything that Justin and Ernie tell her about Harry when it comes to him being the heir of Slytherin. And I think that kind of has to go with them being super nice and super loyal, is the fact that they just kind of feel like they have to listen to everybody instead of listening to what is truly in their hearts. All the Hufflepuffs start having a really hard time during their Newts and their Owls. Hannah has a complete nervous breakdown during her Owls, and I think that that's why they also get a bad rep that they're not very quick-witted, and me as a Ravenclaw don't see them that way. From a Ravenclaw's perspective, or someone who like relates really well with Hermione Granger, you're like, wow, get it together guys, it's just a test. They were almost antagonists to Harry. They kind of made everything harder for him a lot, so no one really liked the Hufflepuffs. They always kind of seemed to be more in the way than being help until it came to the end. What we have to remember most is these guys are just kids. They're all in high school. So think about where you are now and where you were when you were in high school, and think about what a totally different person you are. I kind of think that our houses aren't what represent us when we're in high school, but I think they're what can represent us when we grow up and what our full potential could be. When it comes down to it, Ernie did fight at the Battle of Hogwarts. Justin didn't, because he could not come back to Hogwarts because he was Muggle-born, and he was probably off trying to hide from Snatchers the whole time. Cedric Diggory is just a really nice person. He doesn't want the Hufflepuff people wearing the Potter Stinks badges. He helps Harry Potter throughout the Triwizard Tournament. He's just a really all-around nice guy. And Cedric Diggory is one of the really good, notable Hufflepuff characters. He just kind of shows up in the Goblet of Fire and then dies in that same book, and we don't really get to know him as well as we get to know some of the other characters. And he's one of the really good ones that could have probably been a premise to make people really want to be in Hufflepuff. I think when people think of Hufflepuff, they think of Cedric Diggory, and he's a great person to relate the house to. One other really super notable Hufflepuff character that is only very briefly, I think there's one sentence in the whole series that connects her with the Hufflepuff house, is Tonks. I don't think that people relate her to the Hufflepuffs as much as they should, because she very briefly talks about it only in the books. In the movies, Hufflepuff house is like not mentioned at all. But Tonks is an amazing character. She's extremely strong. She's a very pro-feminist character who does really good things. She's super, super loyal. She comes back to help Remus in the Battle of Hogwarts, even though she has an infant at home, and she came to fight with Remus because she couldn't bear to know that he was fighting without her. She's extremely brave and strong, and she did well in all of her courses pretty much throughout school. It's just very quickly mentioned that Madam Sprout does not make her head girl or prefect because she misbehaved a lot, but that's like the only mention of her being in Hufflepuff. If she was more represented as a Hufflepuff, I think Hufflepuff would have way less of a bad rep. Definitely. That brings me now to the dawn of the Hufflepuffs. Newt Scamander is also a Hufflepuff. So if you don't know who that is, he is the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and a movie is coming out about him very soon, just next year I'm pretty sure. It's going to be a whole movie with a main character that's from Hufflepuff, and I think that really does mean that this will be the dawn of the Hufflepuffs. It's finally time for the Hufflepuffs to shine, and no Harry Potter or any other Gryffindors is going to outshine them like they did in the Triwizard Tournament and every other thing ever, because they just always get outshined, unfortunately. To all the Hufflepuffs out there that I have hurt their feelings because I have told you that you are useless and a meaningless house, I'm sorry. Hufflepuffs have a lot of good traits, you know, and you are super loyal and friendly. As a Ravenclaw, I am sorry that you guys have been degraded for so many years, and I really do hope that you get your chance to shine now. Man, I'm not even afraid to say it. I love you guys, and I'm sorry for treating you so badly and just thinking that I'm smarter than you, but I'm a Ravenclaw, and that's what we do. As it's been said many times, each house has their strengths and their weaknesses, and in order for us to be a whole, strong school, we must stand together. Just like the Sorting Hat said, we must unite inside her or we'll crumble from within. Hufflepuffs really do have their strengths in the wizarding world, and they are not completely useless. And I'm saying that as a person who has hurt Hufflepuffs in the past, and I am so sorry. I am ready to cheer you guys on as you finally redeem yourselves as a useful and important house in the wizarding world. that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what house you've been sorted into, and also how you feel about Hufflepuffs or don't feel about Hufflepuffs, or how you feel about any of the other houses, and we'll have a conversation down below, and it'll be awesome. So yeah. If you're not already, please subscribe. I would love to have you join the Awkward Gravity X family, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye-bye!